You shot my daddy, Trump, you motherfucker.
Dope dealer, vote bigger than your nigga. You gon' feel it when I hit you with the 1, 2. Dope dealer, vote bigger than your nigga. You gon' feel it when I hit you with the dope dealer, vote feel it when I hit you with the.
Yeah, they definitely tried to shoot Trump. That's crazy. Have you seen actual footage of it?
I seen it. I had looked it up not too long ago because I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was just like, I was so busy, and I don't mean to sound insensitive, but I was just so busy. And then I just, you know how there's a mom, and then the kids are doing too much, and she's just like, ugh. That's how I felt about it. But when I finally looked at it, I was like, wow, they caught him in the air. I didn't even know they got him. That was wild. I feel like we were kind of expecting it. You know,
I don't know. I wasn't expecting that at all. You know what? Let's play it. Let's show everybody how it looked, and then we'll discuss what we think of it after that.
Gotcha.
All right.
We took over, and look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened. Oh.
Moving his spear. Hold. When you're ready. On you.
Ready?
Move.
Up.
Move. Go.
Up. Hawkeye's here.
Hawkeye's here. Move to the spear.
Spear, get ready. Spear, get ready.
We ready? We good?
We are watching a rally right now. Former President Trump was just in the middle of a speech when what sounded like possible shots were fired. We saw the former president, take cover. Security is now surrounding him and getting him out of the event.
I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes, sir.
Hold on, your head is bloody.
So we got to move to
Obviously, a huge security concern there. People were screaming. Still unclear exactly what happened, but a very big security concern there for former President Trump. Secret Service agents now surrounding him. And they are taking him off the stage.
They're so monotone.
Cleo, you know what made me laugh about that is just the fact that he's like waiting for that little shot that everybody's showing, like where he's putting his fist up, and his hair is all muffled. It's so funny. His hair's all ruffled. It's
Oh my goodness.
his hair down there. They put a little blood on his ear, and they
And
and then people are putting their arms in the way of bullets that could be coming. It's like, this is silly.
that's what I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, shouldn't they have some sort of shield where when something like this happens, they have metallic umbrellas or something to shield them? And then not only that, I'm waiting to see people run. Because I know whenever I've seen the shootout, because I live in Brooklyn, people disperse quickly. People don't go.
But you know, maybe they don't have that instinct to run when stuff like that happens.
That particular crowd?
Yeah.
Eh,
Maybe they're not sure what is actually happening.
okay.
Or
Yeah,
how
they probably get shocked. Yeah, because it wasn't like, bow, bow, bow. It was more
it was like one shot, basically.
like pellets.
But if someone was shot, that's what I was gonna say. Like, if somebody was shot dead right behind him,
I think maybe, yeah. Depending.
they would be like, then people would be like much more aware of what the hell's happening. But yeah, that whole kerfuffle kind of looks fake. That's why a lot of people are saying that it looks fake and that it might be fake and that it probably is fake, I think.
And then they show in the cartoons, they always show us in The Simpsons that it happened, or they showed it to us like some time ago, and now it's actually happening. So I don't know. The whole thing is weird. I find it all weird, Biden called a child sexy and nothing happened after that. It's just weird, all the things that's happening. It just reminds me of the movie Idiocracy, like you showed me. And showed me Idiocracy, and that movie was wild. Idiocracy. I'm telling you, when I didn't see them put up shields to protect his head, it was like, we're just gonna put our human meat in the way. It's like
when his head popped out, like people had been saying that before, but this is the first time I actually saw the video, and the fact that they had his whole entire head exposed to a shooter that just shot his ear, it seems silly.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I could still see him. I could still see his head. All I gotta do is just like, he's right there. I don't know.
It seems fake in that way, because like, why? There's no way. Yeah.
I don't know.
But
Clowns.
Yeah, that is clown shit. But it looks like his opponent is gonna be not Biden, because Biden has stepped down recently. You know that?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's actually nominated Kamala, but she hasn't been like chosen by her party yet. She's campaigning right now to become chosen by her party, which is
I've seen the commercial. She's like, $10 can do this.
Oh,
$100.
really? That's what they
Yeah.
did.
That's how I found out about it. Because I'm really in Cleo's world.
Yeah.
Like I really am. So that's when I see
Who has
ads.
time?
Yeah, and it wasn't a smear campaign like, Trump has been seen with his pants down. This is a paid advertisement. It was just her looking at the camera, straightforward saying, we don't want to lose our democracy. $10 will do this. $10 will be able to go to people that hand out flyers and this and that. Very innocent, very honest and earnest and clean.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think about her as a candidate? Would you think that she's a good candidate for you?
I don't know. I just don't like when people look at Black people and put on their black. Oh my goodness, I'm saying this. I'm sorry. I don't mean this in a mean way. I don't know. I really don't pay attention to politics so much. Not to sound, ignorant, but I just, I operate somewhere else. But I just feel if she's running for president, I'm gonna just be very church lady about it and say, best of luck. I hope you're really going to, talk about policies and, people's rights and things that the people really need to make America, quote unquote, great again, even though that's not her slogan, but that should be the whole point of any candidate. But, I don't know. I keep my hand.
I think their whole idea, their point is that America has never been great, which is, I think that's disingenuous, because a lot of people do look at like the 90s and early 2000s as a greater time.
Yeah.
For us all, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know why they're not thinking, maybe we could reconstruct some semblance of that, but without some of the negative things like the police brutality and things like that. Those are kinds of, there's so many things that we could do to make America greater than it is. So,
yeah.
I don't know. But my opinion of Kamala is that, I don't really like her. There's quite a few things that I don't like about her. Number one, I don't like that she tries to like put on this blackness, like this trademark blackness. I don't like that. And I think that she has like a socialized Black identity.
Yeah.
Because if you look at her parentage, like her dad maybe has a pinch of Blackness in him, and who knows so actually culturally what he's actually is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like, she went to a Black college. That's because she looks racially ambiguous, and she went there to get more of like a background, I feel.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, because without it, who knows what her actual culture is, you know what I mean? What she actually, because all of that stuff that she knows is stuff that you can learn. It's not something that, necessarily is ingrained in, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I know her mother's Indian,
yeah. And her
it's pretty
dad is
cool.
mostly Indian as well. They're South Asian. Yeah,
Hmm.
they're from South Asia. And her dad, when you look at her like her birth father, because they said that she has a birth father and a stepfather, and her
Okay.
father looks like he's got a pinch of nigger in there. So, or a pinch of black, I should say. Most people
Okay.
uh, or pinch of African, right? But yeah, he's got a little pinch of something in there. And so therefore everybody's saying, okay, yeah, she's black because of the pinch that her dad has. It's not even her pinch really, it's her
Right.
pinch, right? So and then she went to a what's it called again?
HBCU,
Historically black
College University, HBCU.
okay.
Hmm.
HBCU, right? She went to HBCU, and yeah, so she has a lot of hot spots in her bag and all that. So yeah,
Yes. Uh-huh. I know. I know.
yeah. So I
Black.
don't like that, and I don't like a lot of her policies. Her policies is garbage. When she was an attorney, a district attorney, I think it was, she was putting in place all these laws that are truancy laws that really negatively affected a lot of people of color. Locked up parents, fined parents like $2,000 if your kid like say for instance you drop off your kids at school and they don't go,
Uh-huh.
you can get fined and sent to prison. Yeah, that's what she was doing to people in the 90s.
Or
That's
like a walking nightmare.
yeah, she's a nightmare. And then even smoking weed, she made that like a arrestable crime, like a crime.
She
Yeah.
sounds angry. She
She's
sounds like an angry person.
and you
Sounds
can you
angry.
imagine look at what she was doing during COVID. She was like basically trying to say like mandate the vaccine. So it's like if she becomes a president, there's nothing stopping her from doing something drastic like that again with you know what I mean, of forcing people's hand into things. I don't really trust her because that's how she is. She's like do it or else kind of person. I don't like it. I don't like
Yeah.
it at all. I don't feel
Yeah.
safe for her. She don't make me feel safe at all. And also she don't have no foreign policy type of ability. She don't have negotiation ability from what I've seen. She messed up the border. Like the border's all fucked up because of her, because she didn't handle it, and that's what her responsibility was
Yeah.
as a vice president. And she made a mess of everything. So I just don't really trust how she's gonna handle everything going forward. It's really a delicate balance, and America is in a bad shape right now as far as the international community is concerned. So I don't know. I don't.
I just think Cleo's world. Ange knows more about this stuff than I do. I really don't pay attention, and it's not to be ignorant. And I just follow my spirit.
Yeah.
But for what I see the black performing, and it looks weird. And then we're going to talk about it soon. A little situation that happened that kind of reiterates what it is that we're saying about her behavior.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but as far as Trump is concerned, I'm not as worried as most people about him becoming president. You know, a lot of people are very worried about it. I don't see a lot of the worry. Where a lot of the worry comes from, I think it comes from him being like a bit of a pig, you know, like a misogynist a little bit.
Yeah.
Had a bit of a
Right.
misogynist, you know, but I think that he can handle the job as far as internationally communicating with these different presidents and things like that. I think he's better suited to it. Like he might be a dickhead, but maybe being a dickhead is what's necessary for us to be able to get through this time. Like
Yeah.
understanding that we need to look strong internationally. We need to look like we need to be able to do all of these sanctions and stuff like that and understand how it all works as far as business is concerned, because these countries are businesses. These are not.
Yes.
This is not like a little fucking conversation at a coffee shop. This is real big business, and you have to understand the ins and outs of it and understand the psychology of other business owners.
Mm-hmm.
This is, it's not a joke, and we need to look strong so that people don't try to infiltrate our borders the way that they're doing.
Yeah.
They're doing all that fuck shit because we have weak leadership, and we have a bunch of the population don't understand how international politics functions, and they're making us look weak by like undermining the presidency. You know what I mean? You see how like Biden's fucking up. Biden is like falling asleep at the wheel all the time and falling over and stuff, and everybody's just kind of saying nothing. That's how
And he's calling children
even with Trump. Whatever president we have, you can't be doing all this undermining, because it's very dangerous. This is what people don't understand.
But I think that that's on purpose. They know that these people created media. This is their infrastructure. This is their shit. So for what you're saying, they're probably looking like, oh, we know that. Watch what we're gonna do. Watch.
I want to know what you're gonna do. I mean, it must be. I think that the only thing that makes sense is that you're deliberately trying to sabotage the country. That's the only.
Well, yeah, if you sabotage the country, it'll be easier to collect you later. It'll be way easier to just come and pick you up off the street.
Yeah, but I mean, that's
scary, right?
People need to be smarter than that. That's like for instance, your parents, right? You go around bad-mouthing your parents all the time and talking about how they leave you at home all alone and shit like that. Exposing yourself, exposing all of the weaknesses so that they can come and fucking creep on you on the weekend because they know your parents ain't there because you told them that. You know how?
Handing over the ammo and
you're handing over everything to all these international entities. You're not understanding how politics functions, and they swear they know how it works too.
Yeah,
it's like you made America look like a third world country, and so now it's kind of going there. That's why they took away the petrodollar and all that. They're like, you ain't shit.
Yeah,
your population doesn't respect you. You know what I mean? Why should we respect you? And so now everybody's going through a recession, and y'all, you're happy to, I don't know. I don't really give a fuck. Fuck y'all.
Well, it's an interesting show. It's I don't know. Roper and Ipa give it 2 thumbs up. It's very entertaining.
I know it's a little bit like worrying because I love America. You know what I mean? America.
I know.
90s America is like what people look back on like, wow, this was a great time and a great country and a great everything. You know what I mean? Everything was
right.
Really
but it felt like a party. That's why I always say America feels like a party. In the 90s, it felt like a party.
Yeah.
It was just like money, corporations, supermodels, Pepsi commercials that were crazy, Super Bowl, different foods, pop culture, Spice Girls. It was just a big party here.
Yeah.
You watch Being Sexy, Botox, politics, pop culture, everything about it. So that's kind of why I feel neutral, because I feel like this is a time, yes, where people have to be stronger and speak up and say, listen, whatever show they got going on, us as American people, and you have to be careful with the words you use, because when you look in the dictionaries, there's different meanings for these words, same words. So you got to be, but.
And they make it's like we use them on a day-to-day basis, but we don't really know what they are referring to.
Right. And then
the words meaning that we refer to ourselves as, it's like.
Yeah. And they don't know. But that's why they said, if you want to hide anything, just put it in a book. Who wants to read? You're showing us movies. America's so distracting and fun time and play. It's like, who wants to read? Unless you want to be popular and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be a lawyer and this and that. And some people do it for the look, and then when they take the bar, they're like, oh my god. Lawyers that really take it
That's
serious.
Kardashian.
Well, I mean, once you study law, you don't have to know every single law. Your job is to know procedure. So once you know procedure, you have your paralegals and everything. Everyone goes and digs through the law with their claws, pull everything together, and the lawyer, what do you call it? What's the word? They do the procedure.
Yeah.
They follow procedure.
Yeah.
You know what I
And they
mean?
look for precedents, and then they basically like if you follow the procedure. I just feel like it's so stupid, and I just don't know. I just don't know what, and also I feel like, Trump ain't great. Kamala ain't great. We don't have any great, like, they deliberately give us questionable options.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
It's the whole point. It's the whole point. Yep, pull our pants down. And I knew America was getting sillier when they came out with Family Guy. And I was like, okay. I started to watch. And then I watched reality TV get crazier and crazier and crazier. And I was like, okay. And then there's a lot of imports more than exports. When you go to other countries, you're not going to find a Ford or an American car out there. You know what I mean? You're going to find a lot of European cars.
Yeah.
You don't see that over here. We take in a lot of their things, but you don't see any of our things out there. So that's when I was like, okay, I'm just going to watch the plane fall. With a smile. But when you have kids, it's sad to think.
Yeah, that's the part. It's like you have kids, and then also you're an American. Like, I'm an American, and and I just wish I could be able to go to America and feel comfortable. But the way everything is right now is just like mad up in the air.
Yeah.
Actually separated from the America that I know and love. So it's kind of like a different country almost right now to me. It really is. It's like a different regime. It's like very middle ground-ish, and it's like a lot
heading towards third world.
It's trying to. It's like teetering on the brink of something. You get what I'm saying? So
that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to say. I see and feel something like, I don't know. I feel like it's a show, like something's happening, and they're making it so obvious because it's like, well, we're telling you, so you can't say we didn't say anything.
They're telling us a lot of information. They're telling us that they're pointing us toward 2025. They're basically indicating like that there's going to be some sort of massive change in 2025, and by 2030. There's going to be massive change, and it's just going to be a bunch of massive change every over the next few decades, basically. To once we get to like 2030, like 2032, like in Demolition Man, there's not going to be no jobs. Everything's going to be AI, and a lot of people are going to be on benefit. That's what they have planned for everyone, I should say.
Yeah. It's they're gonna turn American citizens, and there's capital C citizens and lowercase c citizens, but they're gonna turn the citizens into they're minors. I think that's the right word. Yeah, minors.
You know what? At the beginning, the people that's gonna be, you see what the kind of the things that they want us to do. Like if you watch that Black Mirror episode, you'll see you'll know like the different industries that they want people to like kind of focus on. Like
I saw.
Yeah, like content creation and different shit like that. But the mining, the thing is with all of those things that they want us to do, those are the people that are going to be making a lot of money at first. So that's going to be like people are going to try to do that, and that's why it's going to become a big thing, and that's why a lot of people are going to do it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like, oh, you're mining and you're like, and it's hard and and you're not getting nothing for it. It'd probably be like that in the next like 40 years, like when it becomes real common and like everyone's doing it, and like, you know what I mean?
It's not the new thing.
If you're still doing that, then you're going to be making nothing. But if you're doing it now, because hardly anyone even knows how to do it, right? It's difficult.
You know what I mean?
You
It's
gotta
not
have the
easy.
hardware. You gotta have the computers for it. You gotta have
Exactly.
fans.
Exactly.
You can turn
Exactly.
it off.
By the time like 20, 30 years from now, there's gonna be a bunch of AI and all kinds of things to make it super easy. So it's not gonna be, it's gonna be like a button pressing type of job, like an idiocracy, like you were saying. Yeah.
America,
Yeah.
save this grace for me.
Anyway.
Yeah, that was a heavy topic.
Sure was.
Yeah, it's about are you going to be okay? You weren't operating in a private, you were operating in a public, so we're going to have you stuck. There's going to be no other option. There's no more private property.
I don't think there's any private property now. It's only a few countries where you really, really have private property that they can't take away from you. There's only a few. America, they could take your shit from you right now. Like you if you don't pay those taxes, you're not gonna have that property. So it's like, what private property does exist in a lot of these Western countries? Hardly any. You know what I mean? It's only if you go to a third world country, then you can own your shit because you can own the land free and clear completely.
Yeah.
It's a funny thing.
Very funny. I think it's a particular I don't want to say too much, but it's a particular trust that you have to have your property in. But it's expensive, I heard, to execute this trust.
Right.
You know what I mean? To set it up.
Trust, and also you have to certain trusts. I saw about that. Like if you put your thing in a certain trust, or if you have a burial ground on your land, then you don't have to pay taxes. And then also if you own the deed, like the actual deed for the land, like rather than just like
just the house.
No, it's like you are a tenant. Like there's a type of document that you get when you do a mortgage that you become a tenant. So you're basically renting the property. You know, even though you supposedly bought it. And then there's another document where you actually will own the property. And I don't think you can get that unless you completely finish paying. I don't know. And hardly anyone ever gets that document. I don't know what's the name of it. I will have to ask my mom.
Thine give it, thine take it away.
Right? And thine never gave it to you in the first place.
Oh my goodness.
Flight of hand your ass. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway. Next topic.